god.
Live! Oh, I'm so sorry. Hey friends, how are you? I'm Yetti. So I reacted to MANIAC when it came out, and then I went on holiday and had a few other things happening. So I haven't dived. I haven't dived into their actual comeback. So I'm excited to do it this time. Join Discord. We had like a whole, it was like a chaos meeting. That's what it was called. Like this Stray Kids channel on Discord is, it's very wild. It's very wild. It has a life of its own. So join that if you want to be a part of it. And you can join Patreon as well if you want to see more content from me or anyone else that has been on the channel. I'm walking on walls. Oh, they've woken up in chains. No, okay. No, wow. Okay, I'm sorry. He is like, right now, he is maybe the hottest I've ever seen him. Maybe. I think so, but it's hard to like make that statement, but I'm pretty sure that is. Just this whole confident attitude he has, he looks stellar, and this whole thing that they're saying they're tied up in chains, but yeah, he's saying he did it on purpose, that it's all part of some kind of master plan. And he's the only one that gets himself free. The inflections that we get in that, and even like the emphasis that he's putting on the words, it's very Changbin, isn't it? But he's doing it in a very different way. Like he's trying to, I feel like the last few things that I've seen him in, like, bear in mind I'm new. I'm really new, but the last kind of few videos that I've seen, he's showing a lot of different range each time. Some others are like pretty consistent in terms of what they deliver, the style and all of that, but he seems to be one of the ones that I think is maybe one of the most diverse in terms of their vocal delivery. And the tunnel. Oh. I wish. Was that him in the mirror? So it's himself that he's got wrapped up? Like his alter ego. Wow. Oh. It started so high. This might be my fave. Oh, and the whispers. It's like, it's a game, but it's real life. They're mixing the two. Now, this vocalization from him might be the best that we're getting when it comes to him changing up his tempo, changing up his style, his diction. Like, I feel as if this is very advanced, like in terms of what he's actually presenting to us. Super confident in it as well. Nah. He can't come back from this point. It's like he's established himself now. Hey. He's got a gun to his head and he's holding it like, I'm not afraid. They're suspicious of everything and they don't want the feast.
주변의 랍도 않는 분위기에 사로잡힌 난이 뭔가 두드러지는 행동 반경 최고의 반격은 모습은 함정 포이즌 장전 주입해 저 빨리 빠르게 돌아 몸에 독을 가둬 거미줄로 머리부터 발끝까지 감아 난 어리둥절 느껴지는 소름과 저류 달아나려 해도 위미
Now that chorus. Oh, what's that iron? The true No, okay, can you tell me if it was actually IN? I haven't got to the point where I can fully work out who's singing or rapping based on just their voice. Like, I kind of need that matchup of their voice and the visuals. So let me know if that was actually IN that was doing that part. But also let me know what you think about the messaging of it. So they're tied up by something, but what do you think they're tied up by? Because at parts it looked like Lino was looking at his mirror, his reflection. And then at some points it looks like they're being tied up by themselves, so them as stray kids, and I think one of them talked about the pressure, so being tied up by the pressure of being stray kids, and maybe that's the venom, that actually it's something that you want to consume, like the fame, the glory, how successful there are and how many fans they have, but yet it's still a poison that kind of contains them. Because the reality is, however much they're loved, you still have a pressure of what you need to deliver and what people expect from you. And each comeback has a new heightened pressure. And each video, song, each interaction, to be honest, there's an elevated kind of sense of pressure. Like, so if you look at someone like Felix, from what I've seen of their personality stuff, he's really like sweet and he's very into people. Now, if we see him being mean to someone, maybe that's a bit jarring. So he has a pressure of his character, of what he's presented. And however nice someone is, you're never going to be that all the time. So it feels like maybe that's it, or maybe I'm philosophizing, I don't know. And to be fair, I haven't seen lots of them, so I don't know if Felix actually has like a darker side or a savage side, or he teases, I don't know. But from what I've seen, he seems pretty consistent with like sweet, lovely, I love everyone. Oh, I actually love Ian at the front leading this like bad boy gang. Oh, they can't escape. It's Stray Kids, it's them, it's their pressure, they can't escape. I think that's what it is, but let me know what you think. It feels like that, definitely, to me. Oh, Maniac! Wow. No, wow. Man, thigh muscle.
Let's go.
Live! It's live. It's actually live. Unless they're just messing with me with that microphone to pretend.
Let's go.
You can hear his like lisp. I really forgot about this song. I actually forgot how intense this song is. That so like the choreo just adds to it. I always find kind of like relaxing the back and moving it in that kind of position. I always find that very cool, and then snapping it straight back. Those kind of moves are always very stunning to me. And then when you add someone in front, so I think it's Bangchan here who's kind of controlling that, and you even have at the beginning, that just enhances it to me, because it definitely feels like power, that they are demonstrating their power over other people's movements. But the fact that you have IN doing it, to me, he is like the baby. I would do like anything to keep him safe. I don't know him. If you ever see this in your life, like, I will do anything to keep you safe. It's so weird. So seeing him do like these kind of cool movements as well, just, I think for me is more impactful. It's here. I love that. And they all stay for this verse. Bang! Oh. And he even has thorns in his beret. Berets are supposed to be very eloquent, and they're supposed to kind of represent some sort of sophistication, but yet he's got thorns in his, and he's doing that move. And then you get the whole gyrating before that with Changbin at the middle. Okay, it's actually a lot. I probably won't pause it because I think there's actually too much imagery, and I've talked about some of that in Maniac anyway. There seems to be a lot of it referenced in this, even the way Felix is doing like the bird chirping. I love when choreo is matching lyrics. You don't always get it, so I love when that's actually being very much together. And the control that you get, even with Han at the top, when he's talking about how he's basically saying the message of how you need to pay attention and you can't just pretend in your life. You actually need to be who you are. And he's really like talking to us our hearts, and they're all like sitting back, or three of them at least are sitting back looking up at him, watching as if they're revering what he's presenting at that point. But I feel like if I go with messaging and impact, I'm gonna stop like every 5 seconds. So I'm gonna try and just go through it and then maybe talk about it at the end. Let's see how we go. Oh yes! Oh, the beat. It's like bring it back. And he's fully gone crazy in that point. They're actually too diverse. It's too it's too contrasting. You would actually think Iron is my bias with how excited I get by him. This is live, guys. Anyone that wants to diss them, send them to me. This is live. Oh, I'm sorry. I know I said I wasn't gonna pause. Oh, but did you see the turns in motion? The turns in like, you've got Hyunjin first, and as he gets halfway, the second group goes. Then oh my gosh, that was perfection. They are so precise. They are so precise. It honestly makes you feel like when I was watching boy groups when I was younger, it makes me feel really stupid now because they just did so much crap. They just got away with it. They used to do like and even, no offense, but their voices weren't like that mad, and it was just like, how did they get away with that kind of style of just doing stuff? I'd really love to see a boy group come up in like Western fears right now, because we haven't really had on since One Direction. I wasn't really into them, but at all, to be honest. Sorry if you were, but they just weren't my thing, because of that whole thing of not feeling like they're putting lots of effort into it. But sorry, I don't want to diss anyone, but it'd be really interesting actually to see a boy group come up in like Western spaces, particularly America, and see how they actually fare when you've got people like this, okay, singing live, doing dances like this, vocalizations like this, emotional like descriptions like this. I don't think you can get away with stuff anymore. You can't click. Come on. Oh, look at that turn! Oh, and then the leg. Nah, they're precise. Even their pops are precise. I'm fully on time. Oh, they you really didn't have to do like special effects and drawing us into his face. Like, we know his face. Yes! Center. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud. I feel so proud already. Oh. This is a group that when you like them and you tell people, even if people aren't into them, you don't care. Because if people aren't into them, that's actually their problem. It's not yours. I don't feel insecure about them at all. He's being the big bro. Oh, dang. Like BTS? It's again, they're not. Wow. What can Han not do? Are these like the sweethearts that are watching from behind the scenes? Oh, big bro again. This is very artificial. You can tell that they put a lot of thought into all of the sounds that are coming in here and the way that they're coming in. I hope that this is something that was actually produced by them, because it feels like there's a lot of intentionality about it, for sure. Do you know what? Felix's deep voice is literally like a party trick. It's like something that you can just push out at any point and it works every single time. Whatever the song is, it works. Literally, it's like the magic trick that you just, you know, bring out and it's like, whoa, okay, take notice. I'm very impressed with Kyunjun. I'm sorry, this whole like hard boy vibe. I can't. The video cut off part way through and I kind of have a policy of not redoing things. I'm not sure where it cut off, but I know that at the end of Freeze, I was really struck by Bang Chan's voice and how I feel like I often focus on Sungmin's voice because it's so wow that I often don't register Bang Chan's voice as much, and him just doing the like call and response, so he's doing the response to I think Sungmin's voice. It's just, he has like a higher register, it kind of floats, it's very breathy, it's very, very beautiful, and I think often I focus on more of him as a leader and maybe his personality and his, you know, and not as much on his voice. And actually, like, I think particularly Freeze, it showcases a lot of his voice. I think that's all I was saying. And also, just in Freeze, it feels as if they're definitely doing like hard boy, dangerous vibes of criminality and, you know, they can take the shot and all that kind of stuff. And I was saying that honestly, for me, it feels as if some of them, it feels more natural than others. Maybe some of them have more of a natural acting ability or ability to convey emotions better than others. And I don't really want to like name who I think is better and who I think isn't as good, because I didn't start the channel to, I started the channel to celebrate these people because I feel like they have a lot that they have to do, they have a lot of pressure and all of that kind of stuff, and I just want to explore their talents and what they're good at. Obviously, if I don't like something, I'm gonna say I don't like it, but I just don't think it's necessary to say like, oh, you're better at acting this than the other person. But I definitely do think there's a difference in there. There's like a group that are good and a group that are going to get to a more comfortable place in time. Oh my god. Oh. I don't know if it's just the strings that we get at the moment and then the drums come in to kind of build that impact and that anticipation, and we've got all of them like running, they're all separate, none of them are together, and they are in a stadium which I feel like is representing their journey running to the finish line, but they can't make it, and there's a lot of despair in that. And at this point I'm invested in them as a group, and then succeeding, that seeing them like that feels really quite difficult. But within 15 seconds I'm already feeling super emotional. I could feel my emotions already like kind of betraying me already. Oh wow, he's covered in darkness. There's no hope. It's interesting because in Venom, they're confined by the spider webs and they can't, like, by the chains that they have and the pressure, but they can't be released. And in Lonely Street, they're also confined by all of that, but Venom seemed a lot more hopeful, maybe because it's like upbeat. The tempo is a lot higher, so maybe that is used to convey the fact that there is hope and there is inspiration and a direction. You have Chanbin kind of leading the charge with this, but this feels entirely different. It feels like there is no hope and they're just confined, and it's not strings anymore that you can untie, it's glass, and it's a building or a racetrack that has no end that you can see. You're just going round and round and round. It feels entirely like, it's interesting how they've used the imagery of chains or the imagery of being confined to mean two different things in the album. They've worked hard. Wow. You can. I don't know if it's intentional, but there was a period when I first discovered Stray Kids, there was a period where Hyunjin wasn't around because there was some sort of rumors about him, so he was kind of kept out. And I don't know if it's intentional that all the rest are in despair, but he's the only one that seems to be actually confined, and he definitely feels like there's no way out. And his despair seems to be more like the others. The others seem to be much more about like working hard but not feeling like you're getting to the end. But he seems very much like there's no way out. It feels much more stressful. It feels difficult. Yes. We needed the trilogy to its completion of that note. So we're getting True, which is something being right, and Blue, which is just Blue on its own is potentially that it's dark, it's sad. Blue is sad. And then Moon, that there's actually light and there's inspiration, there's hope. So you're getting honest, sad, hope, all in that kind of note that Ian is doing. The shadow. Oh my god. I know that like the light is kind of shining at the end, but the whole song is really sad. Like that whole music video is really sad. There seems to be no hope, and they seem to be very desperate and seem to have like gone through many trials, but yet they're not. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't think you'd believe me if I say that I don't really cry. I see crying as a sign of weakness, so I really try not to usually. But it's just emotional just seeing them. I think also because I am invested in them. I think if I was watching this at the beginning and I wasn't into them, I think I would feel like, oh wow, this is sad and they're conveying emotion well. But I don't think it would hit me like in my heart as much as it now does, because I now know that they're talented and I want that talent to result in something. And seeing this message of them working hard, I think maybe it was Lino that was talking about the shoes being worn out and tired, and that just made me think of dance practices. And just before I saw MANIAC, which their dancing was incredibly precise, and you just know that they practiced it over and over and over again. They practiced their moves, their positioning, let alone even like the vocals that they had to practice, and the expressions, and just like work on them themselves. Like sometimes we forget that it's not just that type of stuff, it's actually just internal, like mental health. Being able to present something onto stage is a lot on your mental health. And then I think seeing this afterwards and having all of that imagery of them going on a journey and really working hard to get to where they are and feeling like it's resulted in nothing, and kind of being left in that point. Honestly, I feel like that whole light, it felt short, so maybe I need to listen to the whole song to see where it actually ends. But that to me, kind of that ending almost felt like that was something that like the creative directors chose to put in there rather than something that reflects in the song. The song seems to be much more like, we are in the place of loneliness, we are in the place of despair, and that hurts me as a fan of them. Okay, this has gone really serious, and I don't like to be that serious. Okay, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.